There's one thing that is the most important aspect of having an email being opened, having a good open rate or whatnot. It would probably be to spend a lot of time with the subject line. I think it was Top Rank or maybe Exact Target that came out with a study that said 38% of email recipients open their email just by the determination of what the subject line says.
38%.
Yes, so over a third of users only determine if they're going to see the rest of that email by what the subject line says. So if you look at it from a marketing standpoint, you have to put a lot of emphasis on the subject line. So if we're going to expand upon that, the subject line, industry statistics say that you have about 1.5 seconds to sway someone or to capture someone's attention with the subject line. So you have 1.5 seconds to write something really nice, really grabbing, to sell them to take a look at the rest of your messaging, which is the rest of your email. And then if you're writing something that's really captivating, that they decide, well, I want to move forward and I want to see what else is in this email, then industry standards say you have another 4.5 to 5 seconds to sell them on the actual email. So a total of 6 to 7 seconds. That is the attention span that an email recipient has in this day and age. So you have to be very direct. You have to write copy that is very concise and direct and obviously grabbing. And one thing that a lot of people forget about is that we have to make sure that in email marketing, when we're sending it out, we have to make sure that the call to action that we have in that email, that is in the first paragraph that's in there. What do we want them to achieve? Do we want them to click to go to our website? Well, let's make sure that that's at the beginning of our email. So right at the top, because we don't have very much time from an email marketing standpoint.
5 seconds. We have content, we have the opening, we have the subject line, the opening sentence. What else do we and this also applies to regular email, a lot of what you're saying, because I know I teach this in workshops. What else do we need to know to keep our readers?
Once again, I think that brevity is what we need to kind of embrace a little bit more. We need to be direct. We need to be concise. We need to get to the point.
How does email campaigns, how do they rank in effectiveness of marketing versus other forms of marketing?
Right now, about every $1 spent in email marketing is on average yielding a result of $44.25 in return.
What would you say, Nic, to viewers who have not launched an email campaign, probably have no desire to launch an email campaign, but we're all receiving it.
Sure.
What would you tell them that they would be amazed or shocked at?
We use an email service called MailChimp.com. And if you are a small business owner and you have an email list of your customers, you can use MailChimp for free and up to 2,000 email recipients. So if you have an email list with less than 2,000 recipients, you can use MailChimp.com for free. And what MailChimp allows you to do is not only do they have pre-designed templates that you can use, so it's easier for you, because all of us aren't creative and all of us doesn't know what images go where, and we might not be that inner geek that know how to do the responsive stuff and that. But they empower the business owners to basically take one of their pre-made templates, import their list that they have, write great subject lines, because they have a little subject line checker, so they have a lot of tools in place that you can have that enhances your current email strategy. And then after you go ahead and send it out, you can schedule your campaigns too, so you don't have to sit there and send it out when you're at the desk. But once you've sent it out, and this is the real power of some of the email marketing services out there, they have great analytics and great reports that you can access. Right after you send it out, 2 seconds after you send it out, you can start seeing open rates and click-throughs and that kind of stuff on your campaign. And not only does it show open rates and click-throughs, but it shows you what email program the customer is using. So it tells them if it's using Gmail or Hotmail or Outlook or whatever it is. It also tells you what device they're using. So they will tell you if it's a mobile device. So if you're sending out a campaign that has, once you see the report and you see 75% of all the emails that I sent out went to people that had mobile devices, and your email wasn't optimized for mobile device audience, so it was very hard for them to read and such, then that's actionable data that you can take for your next campaign to say, well, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to cater this next campaign to the mobile user, because on my list I have 3 out of 4 are mobile users.